How to survive your first year of uni. The truth of the matter is you're going to go through hell. It's going to be tragic.
Anyway, if I hit it one time, it will be better days. Yeah.
Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. It's Lombe again, and I'm back with another banging video. If you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. My name is Lombe. Make sure you hit the subscribe button, thumbs up this video, and share with your mama, your papa, and your auntie. And if you're not new, welcome back. So I know I've been gone for a long time, and if you follow me on Instagram, you probably know why. If you don't follow me on Instagram, you should be following me right now. I'll put my handle here. My handle is in the description, so make sure you click there and follow me on my socials. I'm just from writing exams. I had a crazy exam week. Yeah. Anyway, exam week went well. I think I had a great time studying. I'm not even gonna lie to you, like I had a great time studying. I was not stressed out. Like I wasn't stressed, I was enjoying studying, and I hope my results do the same. Like give me what I deserve, because I put my whole energy into that. But yeah, it got like I was studying 13 hours, 6 hours a day. My neck cramped so badly. Like guys, if you saw me in the exam room, maybe if you're in my class, I was literally holding my neck up while writing because I had studied for so long. Anyway, we didn't come talk about that. In today's video, as you guys requested, I had asked you guys on Instagram, and you wanted me to talk about my, not really my university experience, but helping you guys navigate your university experience. All the advice I'm going to give you is based off what I've experienced and what I've seen other people experience, so I hope it helps you one way or another. And so by the title, this is called How to Survive Your First Year of Uni, because that's all I've ever been through. I've never been to 4th year, 5th year, so I can't tell you how to survive that. Let's get into the video. How to survive your first year of uni. Now I'm going to give you my experience. I think collectively I'm just going to give you the basic advice which I think you need when going to uni. It's really interesting that I'm making this video right now, because I feel like a lot of you guys are going to be going into uni, especially you guys who are going into July intake. So watch this video and learn something. First and foremost, pick something that you like. If you're not going to pick something that you like, you'll be going through hell, because I'll tell you something. High school is one thing, okay? High school is hard. Like high school is not easy. I'm not going to lie. High school is not easy, but university is worse. Like the workload is heavy. You need to devote your entire life to it. So if you're going to pick something that you don't like, or you're picking something because your friends are doing it or because your parents told you to do it, the truth of the matter is you're going to go through hell. It's going to be tragic. Because for me, even me who's doing something that I like, something that I want to do, I'm in the pits. So now imagine if you're doing something that you don't like, you're going to go through hell. Other courses don't seem as demanding as medicine and engineering. Those two, if you come out a normal person, it's just by the grace of God.
God have mercy upon us.
No, because I'll tell you something. If you're going to choose medicine, you have to, how can I say this without making it sound bad? If you're going to choose medicine, you have to understand the fact that you're sacrificing the university life that you see on the internet. Because even the sharp people don't always pass. So you have to devote your entire time to studying. And if you don't do that, you're going to find yourself doing semesters again, doing courses again, carrying courses. You don't do that. So I will tell you that when I was in China, my first semester was like really chill, was enjoyable. Like being in an international university, it's nice, yeah? They make things light, nice and simple. But if you're going to be in Zambia, you have to be serious. Like Zambians, they don't joke. These guys, they don't like joking. Pick something that you like, and then if you do pick something that you like, you'll be motivated to study it, and as you're studying, you'll be enjoying. Even if it gets hard, you're fighting for something that you like. But if your parents make you do something that you don't really like, and then it's really hard, like, let me tell you the truth, nobody should force you to do medicine. Nobody should force you to be a doctor or an engineer. No. Like, if you're watching this and your parents are forcing you to be a doctor, show them this video, tell them that coming from a medical student in Zambia, don't force your kids. It's hard. Even me who likes it, it's hard. Don't force your kids. Before you pick the school you're going to, you need to understand what that school demands of you. Like you need to know what that school is about, how they work, how their exams work. Is there anybody who goes to that school who you can ask? Or that's please don't ask me at, oh, don't be want to come to school at school yet. Listen. I don't give out the school I'm at, not because like it's my one or anything. No, the truth is I want to have the freedom of talking freely. Like I want to talk and say I don't like my school, I don't like my teachers. Without them knowing that it's them. If you do figure out where I'm at, that's great for you, but I'm not going to publicly come here and say I'm at this school, because then I will be restricted to say certain things, and then I don't want them to call me for advertisement. Like I don't want to be on the billboards of my school. Like we've already had that conversation before with my school, and I don't want that kind of attention. I want to be a normal person at school. That's why I don't share where I'm at. So if you know where I'm at, that's great for you. Now that you've chosen the school that you want to go to, you've looked it up, you've seen the courses, you've seen the grades they demand, you've seen all that, and I think this is something that everybody is quite interested to find out. Like this is the one thing that everybody is scared about when you go to a new school, is finding new friends. And I'll tell you one thing, before I went to school, before I go anywhere, I think before I do anything in my life, I pray over it, and really every single time I think I got the prayers answered. Like it was a good experience. I think the best thing to do, and the strategy which I used when I went to school, I went on the first day, to be there the first week or the first day, because everybody's nervous, everybody's new, some people don't know each other, so it's a great time to make friends. The first thing I did was to observe my surroundings, and this is something that I do everywhere I go. I think I'm really good at reading people and reading people's energy. So I sat there and I looked and I said, let's see the people who we have in this classroom. These behave like the cool kids, they are better than you kids, my parents are rich, you can't talk to me kids. I'm not trying to be part of those. I looked around and said, okay, we have those kids who on the first day of school they are studying, they are cramming. And I'm like, I'm giving you what is going on in my classroom. So my advice is, don't let a week go by without you making friends. Okay, make friends on that first day, on that second day. Put yourself out there. Like if you're going to sit down and be the quiet type, waiting for people to come to you, you'll find yourself alone the whole semester. So just force yourself, just say, hey, how are you doing? Like say, I'm Lambe, what's your name? Like, you know, put yourself out there. Don't just sit there like, no, maybe yeah, you're magnetic, people come to you. No. How do I this person said, how do I not look like a fresher? If you don't know what a fresher is, maybe you're in high school, you're straight out of high school, you don't know this language, this lingo. It's basically a first year, like you who's going now. Okay, the truth is, you guys, you will look like a fresher, and we will know. Especially like if you come to my school is quite small. Like we will know first of all the way you're going to dress, because as freshers we have a tendency to overdress. We dress to kill, you know what I'm saying? Also, we also know, like when people come to my school, we know like you guys are not from our school because of just even their behavior. Like you take photos on the lawn, you take photos there where they like on that statue there, we know at Huyo. We will know. And so if you don't look like a fresher, it's impossible. Like maybe you can pull it off, but I think there's nothing wrong with looking like a fresher. Like enjoy your time, dress to kill, because when the lecturers start killing you, you won't have time to dress. How do you manage your time with school, with friends, with family, and having time for yourself? So I just think it's about your schedule and what you want to do, because for me, I'm more productive in the night. So most of the day I'll be at school, I'll be in class, I'll be in the lab, I'll be doing this, I'll be doing this. When I come back, I spare like a good 3-4 hours to myself, and then when it's 8 p.m. to like 1 a.m. I use that time to study. This person asked me, did you ever want to drop out of university? Yeah, I've been wanting to drop out for the last 2 semesters. How are lectures like?
You like what they call quarantina. That is double quarantination. Quarantination, which is the extended value of quarantine plus nation equals quarantination.
I'm telling you guys, this is the difference with uni and high school. High school, I don't know how I used to go all that long. 4 subjects, double periods, up to the end, and still be mentally stable. Like in uni, you have 2 subjects, just like a 1 subject. Oh my god, you're like, oh my god, when is it gonna be over? So like that, it's a lot of stuff you learn in those few hours. Like lecturers will finish topics in a day, in 2 days, and like by the end of the week you've done 4 topics. That's the difference with high school. In high school you spend like a while digesting that. Yeah, uni, that is your own. He just comes to introduce the topic to you, the rest is up to you. They'll test you of what they have taught and what they expect you to have researched. I would recommend that, especially if you're in first year or whatever year that you're in, don't miss lectures, because I feel like if you're in the class, you're forced to pay attention. And even if he sent the notes, like, don't do that thing, I'm just gonna sleep at home, and like, no, go to the lectures. I have anxiety and I can't do presentations. Any help with that, it's really hard. So one thing about me, I also have a kind of anxiety situation, and I don't like being in public. This is why even as a public figure, you never catch me at events. When I was in China, I had a really great time because no one knew me. And for you who's asking this question, nobody will know you. Nobody knows how you are, who you are. So you can go to uni and say, you know what, this is the new persona. I'm not going to be the high school Lombe. I'm going to make the new me here, and the new me is confident, and I'm going to go up there, I'm going to present, and everybody's going to have a great time. It took a lot. Like, I just pushed myself. For you who nobody knows you, just push yourself out there. It's nerve-wracking, it's a little bit nerve-wracking, you shake a little bit, but you just have to. Also, you have no choice. When they say you have a presentation, whether you want to or you don't, you present. How to stay away from bad boys? I think staying away from bad boys is your choice. It's your choice. You know who's a bad guy. You know that he's a bad boy, but you go. So I think nobody can force you. You see them, you know them. And how to deal with peer pressure. Also, another thing that's completely about you. How do you handle peer pressure? If you're easily influenced, like if you're easily swayed, peer pressure will be a big problem for you in uni. Like, I've seen it happen to people. Like, somebody peer pressures you into being a bully. I've seen that happen live, and honestly, I just feel like it's up to you knowing your worth and what you stand for, and if you're okay with being alone, because some people will like make you feel alone because you don't want to do stuff with them. You have to be okay with being alone. Somebody told me how to stay focused. It's really also about your priorities and the goals that you set. So set little goals, like set small goals for the day and achieve them. That will help you stay focused. One thing I've tried to implement is setting goals for the week, for the day, for the month, and trying to achieve them. Being able to sacrifice other stuff, because if you're going to stay focused, you have to be willing to sacrifice some enjoyment. Somebody said how to make a budget. I'm stuck. I'm going to school in July and I don't know how to make a budget. I think one thing that you can do when it comes to making a budget is, especially if you're going to uni for the first time, work hand in hand with your parents. But I will tell you, when you're going to school for the first time, especially if you're living in school or you're moving into a boarding house, you spend a chunk of money just moving in, but it gets like, you know, better as you go. So make that budget with your parents and work with what they're able to provide for you. That's the best way to go about it. You can't make an unrealistic budget without looking at what your parents are able to supply for you, you know. Somebody says, how do you deal with homesickness? When I was in China, I got really homesick, especially because my parents escorted me, and them leaving was the hardest thing for me. Like, when they were leaving, I just hugged them fast and I said, I'm sorry, I have to go to class, because I didn't want to stand there and like, I don't know like how many times I wanted to bawl my eyes out. I think I only cried like one time in the hotel room when my mom was there, but like after that I didn't allow myself to cry. I didn't allow myself. When I was about to cry, I said, you wanted to come here, yourself, stop crying. Like, what I mean, homesickness is there, and if you're going outside the country, you just have to cope. You just have to deal with it. You will feel homesick, you'll cry, you'll be sad, but find a way. Call them, ask them to come see you if they're able to come see you, and yeah. Somebody asked me, how do you study effectively? This is a whole other video which I can make maybe after this about how I study and my strategy. So I'll probably make this video when I'm in school and I have an assignment so that I show you guys how that works for me, but that's a whole different video. Okay, somebody says, are boys worth their attention in first year? No, honestly, devote your time to making friends, you guys. I think don't waste your time like looking for a boyfriend in first year. Like, enjoy yourself making friends, because say you go to uni, the first thing you find is a boyfriend and you don't have friends. That boyfriend is your friend. When you break up, who's gonna be your friend? No one, because everybody already has friend groups. Make friends, enjoy. If you do find a boyfriend, I mean, that's up to you, but just make friends. That's all I can say. This person asked me, how do you deal with transitioning into uni? You know how you feel when you're from grade 7 and there's no multiple choice. Like, you know, that kind of thing, and like, no multiple choice, how am I gonna deal with that? And then you deal with it. That's how uni is as well. You come here, they're like, ABCDD are the rules. You will get used to it. It's not something to overthink. Just experience life as you go with it. You know what I'm saying? How do I motivate myself to study? Motivating myself to study really comes when I watch YouTubers who study. Like I have YouTubers who I watch when I want to study. Like they record their study session like for 2 hours or 1 hour, and so I put it on while I'm studying, and that motivates me to study. That's one of the ways that I do it, but it can be different for you. Was I shy or nervous when I went to class, and did people really care about drip in uni? The first time I went to school, like first sem, drip, nobody cared about drip. Like people would dress how they want to dress, and by second semester we all got tired of over dripping, that we just started dressing up randomly. But the class I'm in right now, they drip out. Maybe I'm one of them, I don't know, but I mean, dressing is your own. Like nobody's going to tell you like, haha, you don't have this, you don't have that. Like it's uni, nobody really cares. And if they do care, should uni, they're childish. That's for high school. The pros and cons of living on campus and getting a boarding house. So for me, I did both. Okay, so when I was in China, I said on campus, and I think the nice thing about that being in China is because we had a huge cafeteria. They served us food, like amazing food. So everything I needed was within the school, and I could see my friends anytime, we're together all the time. As compared to where I was in China, I really prefer living in the house that I live in, because our house, our rules, you know what I'm saying? Like we don't have no visiting your friends, no this, no that. At schools they said no visiting your friends, no this. Like I don't like that. I prefer to live in a boarding house outside school. But the problem with living in a boarding house outside school is I've heard a lot of cases, especially in my area, where people have been robbed in their houses. They stole your TV, they stole your shoes, they stole your what. So maybe for security's sake, it's better to live on campus. Or somebody asked me, do they laugh if you carry packed lunch? No, nobody cares. Like really, uni, nobody cares. Like you can carry packed lunch, nobody's gonna tell you anything. Somebody also asked me like, do I need to carry a lot of school books and what? Really, I use one book. I have like 3 books, but I put all my subjects in one book. I don't like having a math book, biology, physics. I don't like having that. Like I have having everything in one book. They don't actually force you to carry biology, math book. Like carry whatever you want to carry. I carry one book and I write everything in that one book. That's how I do. That's what works for me. What do I do when uni is bringing my mental health down? I go home. And if you can't go home, when I come back from class, I don't study. I just sit in my bed and take the entire evening to my enjoyment. That's what I do if uni is getting a little bit out of hand. This is a good question. This is a really good question. I also had this worry when I went to uni. Someone says, how do I know where to be at what time? Because high school it's only one class. When I first came in first semester, I had one class for everything. But then when I came in second semester, we used to move classes, we used to shift classes. So it depends on the schedule of your class, but everything will be written. That's why it's good to make friends, because if you have friends, you can ask, so guys, where are we going next? Where are we going here? Where are we doing that? So you'll get the hang of the school schedule. Just make sure you have all that information. Like for my school, we have a group chat for the class, the entire class, and then we have group chats for subjects. And then our class representatives are the ones that update us, so you'll be fine. Don't worry about that, you'll be okay. How did I manage living with people who I don't know? So I had made a decision to make friends first, get comfortable with those friends, then move into a boarding house together. So we made that decision collectively to find a boarding house together rather than moving with people who I don't know, because really you might find that your characters just clash and you don't want that. So make friends first and then move in together. And I mean, we do argue, we do fight, we do like get into fights, we argue, we piss each other off, but I think we just figure it out. Somebody says, what do you do if you run out of clothes to wear? Don't go. I'm joking. So if you run out of clothes, guys, you can wear them again. Let me show you guys what I'm wearing right now. This is my uniform at school. I'm wearing my jumper with these blue jeans with these slippers. This is my uniform. Honestly, me, I dress for myself. Like I don't dress to impress anybody. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, if you learned something, make sure you comment down below. Comment your favorite part, comment any more questions that you guys have. I'll be sure to answer them on Instagram if I didn't answer your questions here. Also, I have a little surprise for you guys. Please subscribe and get me to 50k, because I promised my Instagram that I would do a meet and greet if you guys get this channel to 50k. So yeah, if you enjoyed this, make sure you comment, like, subscribe, share, and I will see you guys in my next one.
Anyway, if I hit it one time, it will be better days. Yeah. Cause you can tell you ain't into me, but when I pull up in the range, it will be meant to be. Don't want our enemies, want you to better me. If I did something illegal, would you pray for me? Would you?